After sewing, each quilt square will be between 11.5 and 12 inches. For a block this size, I like to start off with strips, 2 inches to 4 inches wide. Of course, this is a crazy quilt, so strips that are smaller or larger could work. In this demonstration, I will be cutting a strip that is about 2 inches wide from a 44-45 length of fabric. We don't have to worry about being precise, but I do need to have at least one straight edge on the strip. First, I fold the fabric from selvage to selvage. Then I fold it again. I make sure that one of the folds is lined up with one of the lines on my mat. Then I place my ruler over the fabric. I want a 2-inch strip, so I measure at least 2 inches from the edge. I open my rotary blade and I cut away from my body. I now have at least one straight edge on my strip that I can use for the logs. You may want to use scraps of fabric. To cut scraps, I like to cut strips from the longest side of the fabric. So instead of cutting strips from this section, I would be cutting from the length. So to do this, I'm going to fold my fabric once again from selvage to selvage, and then I'm going to fold it again. I like to line up my fabric along one of the lines on my mat. I take my rotary ruler and let's try 3 inches on this one. I'm going to cover at least 3 inches on my ruler, open up my blade, cut away from me, make sure my blade's closed, and I have a strip that has at least one straight edge that I can use. Notice in this case the strip is probably 3 inches up here to maybe 2.5 inches down here. That's okay. I need just one straight edge. To cut strips with scissors, you will need to mark your fabric, first using a yardstick and a pencil. Since I'm going to cut 2-inch strips, or about 2-inch strips, I'm going to mark 2 inches, and I need at least one straight line. So draw a line between. If I cut with my scissors, I need to pin this because I'm going through at least 2 lengths of fabric to make it a little bit easier. I take my scissors and I begin to cut my strip. It's most important that you have at least one straight edge on all of your strips. Make it easier when we begin to sew. After I cut the strips, I like to lay them out so I can see each fabric. I've divided the warm colors and the cool colors. In the next video segment, I will go over how to sew the block together.